This is the takeover. It isn't Marky ready, set, go. It's Dave O'Donnell ready, set, go. Hello, Dave.
Thank you, Mark Carlin. Long time no hear, and you've invited me on the radio show. I can't believe my luck.
I mean, we've done a lot of TV together. You were the first guy to ever trust me in front of a camera.
I don't know why I did that. I don't know. I keep punching myself going, why did I trust him in front of a camera? But look at you now, you little celeb, you.
I mean, the irony of it is, the first time I was on camera with Dave, he punched me in the head in his shed. Remember that?
That's right, because you as a journalist, you had, but what's it like to be here? I went, I'll show you. Bosh.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. That knocked 0 sense into me. And then myself and Dave went off and created a couple of TV shows and had a bit of fun, didn't we?
Yeah, good times, my friend.
You brought MMA to England, didn't you? You are the daddy of MMA.
Well, apparently they call me the Grand Daddy of MMA now. I'm 65, Mark. You know, say I've seen it all and been there and done it. I think some of the regrets of my life is that we just started too early. You know, everything was a struggle with MMA back in the day. In 2001, no one knew what MMA was. There was a handful of people, you know, fighters was a handful. Everything, there was just a very minority. It was a very small sport back then. And yeah, we struggled and we got it onto mainstream. We did all the hard work for a lot of other people. That's what I can say.
Because you were selling out to Wembley, weren't you?
2004, 2007. Yeah, they were great years. They were great years, but people didn't realise it wasn't easy. You know, everybody looks at that one night and go, "Oh my God, what a night! That's the best night ever." They don't see the 2 months leading up to it, the money we're throwing into it, the investors, the struggles, the phone calls to America, etc. It was a nightmare, but a great nightmare, if that makes any sense.
And the fighters pulling out last minute, the cards going wrong, the ring girls trying to get busy with everybody, the chaos that just every single event. I remember I'd feel like the most excited, almost on the verge of a panic attack, watching everything that could be a disaster unfold, and somehow at the last minute it all just tying back in together and being the most spectacular event.
Yeah. As you say, a lot of hard work goes into it. You've got to think about every situation that's going to go wrong and try and have an answer for it. Because trust me, it can. We had people getting. I can't remember the guy's name, Mario Sperry. It was one of the big Americans and Brazilians that come over to London. They went on a walkabout and got into a fight, broke their hand. You just couldn't write some of this stuff. You couldn't write it. You just couldn't write it. What happened? Then, yeah, you had someone. We're just going to nip over to France to do a seminar. Then they couldn't get a flight back. It's just anything that could go wrong. It could go wrong. But you know, we always managed to put it out the bag in the end. Had some of the most spectacular fights still on YouTube, still talked about today. So yeah, cage rage was a big part of my life, and I'd never regret it.
I mean, I'll tell you what. I've seen some spectacular things come from you. And now let's talk about your first track of the night. Let It Go, featuring Mark E. Bassi, Louis Vega.
Louis Vega, my man!
So what does this mean to you then, Dave?
Do you know why I picked this track? It's because I remember once in my garden, it was leading up to an event, and you know, everything's just going a bit crazy, and this track come on. And I started dancing around my garden. My shirt was coming off. I Shazammed it. I was playing it again and again. I got the music up loud. You've been to my house and you know I've got like 1,000-watt out of garden stereo system. I blasted it. Must have been like 10 times in a row just to make me feel. And I felt great after it. It was like a relief come over me and I was ready to do anything. So yeah, Louis Vega. He's the man, and Let It Go. When I hear that on any club or any whatever, I'm on the dance floor, mate.
Do you know what I remember about your house? Can you remember when you had party wars there for Jake Boswick?
Yeah, do you know what? I saw that the other day. It came up the other day on my reel. That was amazing as well, when all the limos outside and the Ferraris. Yeah, I remember it, yeah. Jimmy Manor were there. Yeah, that was a great night. That was another TV, a Channel 4 special, wasn't it? And we won.
Did you win? Oh, well, of course you won,
Yeah,
Dave.
we won. Of course we won.
I'll tell you what, you were born to win. Can I tell everyone about your deep, dark secret? of you being one of the Dream Boys.
Oh, here we go. Well, here we go. Yeah, well, that was years ago as well. That was years and years and years ago. And it's funny enough that I'll tell you about this then. So yeah, I was a Dream Boy many, many moons ago. But we was on a cruise, you know, me and Mel go on a lot of cruises, we go with friends, etc. And they went, oh, come on, let's go down to the World's Sexiest Man competition. Come on, Dave, you can do it. And the girl was going, yeah, come on, jump in. I only won it, didn't I?
Of course you
Everybody
did.
had to bow. Everybody had to bow to me because I danced on stage. Yeah, and it brought back a few memories. But I looked in the mirror and thought, "Who's that old geezer in the mirror?" And it was me.
I'll tell you what, Dave, you haven't aged in
Oh,
15 years.
drop me out.
I remember
Please.
coming to your office and you having your half chicken breast, your half chicken, sitting there, no carbs, telling me off for eating all the food when we're doing the commentary on stuff, and I'm stuffing my face full of everything, and you were like, "No, this is what you need to do. You're in better shape than me."
I swear to God, I've just run out to the oven now. Mel's at yoga. I've just run out to the oven now. She went, put the chicken on. I've just checked the chicken thinking I've got a lovely half of chicken. When this interview's over, I've got the rice ready, the garlic rice and the chicken. And yeah, I'm a creature of habit. You know, what you put in your body is what looks after you. I've always been, I know I smoke like a trooper, but apart from that, chicken, steaks, eggs. Yeah, if you eat healthy, Mark, you will be healthy.
Do you remember one of the funniest things you ever did, in my opinion, when you bust out the magic tricks everywhere?
Do you know what? As well, yeah, I've had a really roller coaster life of the things I get into or the things I see, and yeah, it was in Marrakesh where this street magician come up to us and he done this trick, and I was like, oh my God, I can't believe this geezer's done that. I got no clue. I was googling and trying to work it out, trying to, you know, because back in the day with no internet. Anyway, I just started doing trick after trick after trick. And I think I finally got there when I'd done a party for 3 hours non-stop with just pure magic. So it was one trick after another and entertaining. I thought, you know what, I've done that. I don't want to be a magician, but if I can entertain people for 3 hours, I think I've done my stint, I've done my apprenticeship. I'll say
I tell you
goodbye
what,
to that.
you used to bang them tricks out. You'd be in the cage presenting, come out. Can you remember the bendy spoon in the drink? That sent everyone mental. We all thought you were a witch at one point.
You got too much of a good memory, Mark. This is a radio show, not a magic show.
Oh, yeah, everything you do is magic, Dave. Right, I've got another question for you. Your next
Forward.
pick, What Are You Afraid Of? By Ziggy Funk. What's this about?
Oh, do you know what? We've had a few big house parties at my house, obviously. And when this track, when I heard it, I went, mate, that is going on. And I just couldn't get off the dance floor. I mean, I could have picked, like, hey, listen, you got to remember, I danced from a young age, from when I was 16 to whatever, through hip hop, through everything. You name it, I was body popping. I was doing battles with people when I was 18 to 20 on the nightclub. You see that Saturday Night Fever come out. It was all battling. I was there. I got so many tracks, and my life used to be go to work all weekend as a chippy, go and buy records on a Friday as soon as I got my money, listen to them on a Saturday, and go out Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday, graft all week long. That was my life, you know, nightclubbing records. And
Do you
then
know
as it
what I
progressed
remember,
on,
Dave?
go on.
I remember talking to Mel one day and she said about how you two met and you were in a club.
On
and
the
you
dance floor.
Do you want a drink? And she went, yeah, go on then. And you had pulled out enough money to buy one drink and went, oh, well, here, just get it for you. And she
Yeah,
said,
that's
that's
it,
the
yeah.
moment she knew she loved you.
Yeah, I remember I had £2.50 in my pocket, yeah. Because I'd go out so much. I had a great big Cadillac them days. All the money used to go on petrol and clubbing, and I'd be penniless. So, I mean, I looked like $1 million, had the best clothes, big car, and two bob in my pocket. But I bought my house when I was young, so at least I had my house, my car, and two bob in my pocket. But yeah, I got a good heart, apparently.
You have got a good heart. Now, the next track up, Dave, Soul Heaven, The Goodfellas. What's the story behind this?
Again, I don't know, Mark, if it's before your day or you've ever done it, but if you've ever been to Caister, all these soul weekends where you go on a caravan and you're just everybody's done, and it's mainly for the older lot because a lot of you go to these places, they're 40, 50, 60, and they're still dancing. They've still got it in their blood. And Soul Heaven is a remix. It's a remix of the old tunes that we used to dance with back in the day. But it just rocks the floor. And as soon as they put it on, the whole dance floor comes alive, you know. And as I said, you know, I kept looking at all these different tracks. I remember going to get my first ever 12-inch. The 12 inches probably went out before you were born anyway, but we used to have 7 inches right back in the day, and then the first 12-inch records come out, and that was mad. You'd get white labels. I'd be going off to the record shop buying all this. But Soul Heaven was one of the old tracks remixed and redone for the 2000s that kept up with the good beat. So yeah, that's one of my picks. That's just one of my picks that just sends the old people crazy.
So, what about the gambling, Dave? Let's talk about this. I mean, you've had an amazing life. From mixed martial arts to magicians to gambling to being a dream boy. It never ends with you.
Drop me out. You know too much about me. Listen, I've gambled all my life. I can always remember I was 11 years old. We'd play penny up the wall back then. And I'd either come home with my pockets bulging full of 50p piece, not 50p, half a crowns and shilling bits and whatever, or go without lunch. So I've always been a gambler, free card brag, poker. And then it took a turn I was always playing poker, but it took a turn obviously in COVID where we couldn't do much. And I thought, you know what? Let's start running a few games from my house to see how it goes. It was like the West End. I had people parking cars up. I had people in my house. We're drinking. We're playing poker till some of the games are going on 2 and 3 days long. It was a great time. I just carried that on for like 5 years of running games, going to games. But it does consume your life. You know, it becomes a full-time job. And it was just one day, I think 2 years ago, where I went, listen, I can't be doing this anymore. I can't be gambling like 6 hour, 6 days a week, out, up in the morning, couple of hours sleep, back out on the scene. You know, it takes over your life. And I just went, you know what, I'm done. And I am funny like that. You know, I think I said to you before the show, like I gave up swearing. It's just literally the same time I went, you know what, I ain't swearing no more. Because people always go, Dave, you swear too much. I thought, let me see if I can do it. And I literally done it within a...
Dave, the station manager here, I think he got quite nervous about me swearing on air.
You've done all right today, Mark, because I would have pulled you up, but you haven't swore once, so I'll give you a top star gold mark for that.
It's nice. I'll put that on the fridge.
You haven't swore once, so station manager, your okay's in my hands, mate. If he swears, I will slap him.
Again,
I'm still capable of giving a little slap every now and again. Trust me.
Do you know? I remember you doing self-defense with us lot.
Oh yeah.
I would be in the middle of a fight show, and out of nowhere, Dave would just punch someone in the nuts. Someone else would go down. He'd choke you out, spin an elbow on you, just getting beaten up all over the place.
Big part of my life, self-defense. I've done that for many years. I taught the SAS. I think even me and Grant went to the army. We taught the army. Got on one of them underwater tanks they took us to, and then, you know, I've had a great life. But the old bones, even though I train every day now, still, it's just not what it seemed. The aches and pains come and they stay with you. So
you need to get the NMN in you, Dave. You tried that?
For all these tablets, I've not, as I said to you, I'm on the chicken, but yeah, I have heard about all these tablets and what repairs you. Maybe I might have a little go.
I choose the Wegovy to repair me. Now, on to this. Don't Rush by Young T and Bugsy. What's the story behind that?
Again, that was the poker, because we'd bang that tune out loud when we were playing poker, and that just reminded me of the poker community. It was just so we'd all get up, start dancing, start jigging around, you know, because they all got sick of my house music. I mean, I'm a house head, so I love house music. But every now and then I bounce a tune out like this, which was different. And everybody used to love it. I used to love it. Everybody was up dancing, and that just reminds me of the poker days. And I do miss them. There were some great days. There was, but it's a record to remind me of it. And Don't Rush is one of them records.
Do you know what I remember? I remember you telling me, we came up to do some filming for something, and you said, right, you've got to jump on this poker app and do this. And I started playing poker, and all of a sudden, I remember thinking, God, this is a bit of fun. And then I spent a lot of my time playing poker for a good few years, and I thought, oh, I'm having it off here. I'm winning. I'm doing a bit of money with my mates. And I talked to you, and then you told me what you were doing, and I remember thinking, that's ridiculous. This geezer's he's full steam ahead every time. I tell you what.
That's exactly what everybody says. Yeah, I don't go half-hearted on anything. And that's kind of what they're saying me, what do you want to do next? Do you want to do this? Do you want? I went, no. Because anything I start, it's going to consume my life again. And that's why when I was social media, like about 2 years or a year and a half ago, I just thought, I don't want any more consumption sucking out my body. So come off social media, change my phone numbers, no one can get hold of me. And I just zen myself, basically, give up swearing, and just thought, I'm just going to try and relax and just not be up, going, oh, I've got to phone him, oh, I've got to do that, oh, I've got to be on this show, oh, I've got to be on. And of course, as soon as I get back on social media, I'm getting calls. Do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? Do you want to commentate? Do you want to? And you know what? There's a few of them. I've got a few lined up of commentary, of MCing, presenting MMA shows. I think I really get the buzz for it again, but I just needed a break, Mark. I just needed a cut off, and I did. I've really, and now when I go back to it, I'll enjoy it. You know, I think I'll enjoy MCing again. I'll be enjoying around the MMA community. Everybody's saying the same thing.
Everyone will get excited.
Put another show. Put another show on. Put another show. I'm like, I don't need that stress in my life.
I tell you what, I am stressed out about something, Dave. I want to know. It's a Latin thing. What's the story behind that? Take the stress away.
If you don't dance when you hear that, there's something wrong with you. But we was in Aruba. I don't know if you've ever been to Aruba, Mark. It's such a beautiful country. And there was a pool party going on, and they bounced out this track of It's a Latin Thing. I just wanted to get out of the pool and start dancing even more. But the phone was going everywhere, and I thought, I think I was 57 then, or whatever it was. I'm an old geezer in the pool. It just brought happiness to my heart. And when you hear tracks like that, sometimes it just brings happiness to your heart. You're smiling, you're out drinking in the pool, and you're going, what am I doing here? My hands are in the air. I'm doing conjuring. What am I doing? But you know what? It's one of them things. I loved it, and I wouldn't take it back.
So what's the next step for you then, Dave? And I know people keep asking, and I know you're only giving away a little bit. I know you're doing a bit of TV, a bit of commentary, but what's the secret?
I don't know, Mark. I really wish I could go, oh, the next step is this, the next step is that. I haven't got no next steps. I've always had my fingers in so many pies, looking at anything. I'm kind of content just to do, you know, I'm really happy now. I'm doing a bit of PT, so I'm teaching older guys at the moment. One's 55, the other one's 50, one's 45, and to see their bodies change, to see them improving and losing weight, that really, it really inspires me. Or you used to see how passionate I used to get with teaching a bit of self-defense, and I still get passionate of it. I still get very, very passionate.
I remember you passionately punching me a few times. I remember the choking outs as well. Do you know what I remember us being at the Mixed Martial Arts Expedition Expo in Birmingham, was it? And then we were all getting a bit drunk in the bar, and you just started weighing us all in. You weighed me in, all the film crew. The film crew were all in fear.
I think you're making it up.
No, Dave, I remember that vividly. Listen, that was... you're a hilarious guy. Dave, there's one track left. I'm on the edge of my seat. Take me back to Power.
Jacques. Listen, it's such an obsolete track. I think it was made in the 70s. And I'd heard it years ago. I was on holiday. I can't remember where I was on holiday. And I was in the bar, and I was dancing away to this stupid track. But it just gave me happiness. And then I watched a film recently, Killing Me Softly, or killing all the... He has to kill all the relatives to get his inheritance. And, of course, at the end, he's in the Rolls Royce, he's driving. Bang, they play the track. And I'm like, I'm in the cinema. I'm dancing away. The next day I've Shazammed it again and I'm in the bar dancing away. And I thought, oh my God, what a happiness. Honest, Mark, play it. You'll hear it. If it don't bring you happiness, I will come round and punch you. Simple.
Well, on that, Dave, I don't want to get hit again because I'm going to tell everyone this. For 65 years old, I can guarantee you'll be KOing people all over the shop. Dave, you've been amazing.
Mark, thank you so much. Thank you for the radio station for having me. Anytime you don't want me back, just let me know.
They say don't meet your heroes. I met Dave O'Donnell and Judge Rinder. And only Judge Rinder had to get the restraining order against me.
Thank you very much, Mark. Thank you very much. Thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate it.